everyone. We are so glad that you chose to spend this time with us. You know, every venture we enter into in life has a formula for being successful or being unsuccessful. And as I watched the Winter Olympics that just got started last Thursday night, it reminded me when Ennis and I drove over to the trials here in Park City. It's about 20 miles away from our home this January, and I watched those men and women in the mogul finals and as they were trying out for the Olympics. And these were men and women from all over the world working hard to prove that they were the best. In fact, we were standing by some people from Quebec. They were the Canadian skiers, downhill moguls. And as these young people flew off these jumps and into the air, making all kinds of 180s and 360s, I was breathless. I remember hearing one of them say on a news interview the next day that his success was due because he focused on a formula for being successful in doing moguls. You know, I find that very interesting, and I remember that Tim said in Professional Inviter, there's a formula for gaining weight and a formula for losing weight. The same is about business. There's a formula for succeeding and one for failing. It's all about numbers. You just have to do the math. So this morning we're going to explore a formula for success in business, and we're going to do the math. So Stefan, I'm going to pass the torch to you, and as they said last night in the opening ceremony, let the games begin. And will you tell us more about the formula to success? And Marcus, you're the tech guy. We're going to ask you to help us out here.
All right. Well, welcome, everyone. It's great to have you with us this morning. So if you're on Join Me, you can see the screen. If you're not, I recommend you go to join.me/preview access. So join.me/preview access. There's no .com or anything like that, just join.me. And we'll get there. So basically, what we're going to cover today is we're going to look at numbers. We're going to look at what it takes to really have success in the business. It's not that complicated, right? It's really, when you look at the business, it's a simple model. And especially with RX, we have such amazing training with what Tim has put together and all the resources you have available to you, that there's no reason you can't have success unless you don't take any action. All right, and so that's my recommendation is you go through the training, but then after that, it's just a numbers game. All right, it's just how many people you're going to expose the information to. What I'd like to share with you today is some numbers. I've updated some of the slides. This is a live presentation that I did, I think probably 2 years ago at the beginning of RX, and covered what the ratios are of conversion. All right, so I'll just go briefly over that. It's the presentation was longer than this, but I just wanted to come back to those numbers. I know there's many new people on the call, and so I think it's going to be a great refresher for some of you who've seen the numbers, but also giving you the updates. All right, so just think about this. When you present the business to people, you need to take them through steps. All right, and the first two steps are more creating the awareness that there's possibilities in life where you can earn more. And how does that work? Well, What the Wealthy Buy explains that. And then we educate people on the model that we chose to create that kind of income that we're talking about in the What the Wealthy Buy video. So brain compensation is a great opener to network marketing. And then from there, we can present RX. And we've got great videos. Tim recently launched his new video. That's doing a fantastic job. Now, here, and I've looked at many different platforms, and I will show you the conversion that we get, okay? But just keep this in mind. For every, let's say, 6 people that you present What the Wealthy Buy Brilliant Compensation, you're going to get about half of them who will review the company information. They'll say, that's interesting, show me more. Some will actually say, show me more, but they'll not even look at more, or you won't be able to reach them back, all right? So in the end, you will be able to reconnect with about 3 of them, so half of those people. okay, will actually say they did review the company information. From those, about 33% will join. This is industry average. This is my stats, Arlene's stats, all of us stats based on multiple different lead sources. So I'm going to show you the numbers, but keep this in mind. If you're wondering, oh, am I really going to make it? Is this really going to work? Well, put the numbers in, and you get those numbers. And if you don't get them, well, you're definitely doing something wrong. I don't know which one it is, but we'll look at it, all right? Because the presentation steps are the same for everyone. They're the same presentation. Like brain compensation, you can use it. The YRX video, you can use it. It's the same I use. And these are my ratio. These are across the board the ratios of everyone. All right, so it's just a matter of that. And if you compare someone who reached a full-time income versus part-time, it usually has to do with two things. One is how many people you presented to. And number two is how many people you presented to in how much time. So if you present to 50 people in 2 years, obviously you're not going to get the same impact than if you present to 50 in 2 or 3 months. Because in 2 or 3 months, you presented those people, you're going to sponsor a whole lot more people in a short period of time. That's going to create momentum. That's going to create, some energy. Something's going to happen. But if you present over 2 years, you sponsor one here, you sponsor another there, and so there's no momentum happening. Okay, so again, it's how many you present to and how fast. Those are the two factors that will influence how big your group is going to grow and how fast it will. All right? So with this being said, let's look at the numbers. Numbers from personal network. These would be people that you know. And these are my stats, okay? I had 287 people on my personal network list. Well, when I began, I thought I knew about 30, 50 people. And I started making my list, and I kept thinking and come up with more names and more names and more names, and eventually I had a list of 287 people. Well, I didn't present to every one of them. I actually approached and was able to show at least the What Wealthy Buyer Brain Compensation to 120, 130 people, okay? For all the others, I never spoke with them, or I tried to reach them, couldn't reach them, whatever, okay? This is what happened. From there, about half of them reviewed the company information. So half of them said, hey, I'm interested, show me more, okay? This is what happened. Or they
Stefan?
All right, I'm back.
There you go.
All right. I think Arlene went to three-way me in, right?
Right.
Right.
Yes.
You're back on, Stefan?
So, yes, I am.
Okay. Well, we lost you just as you were going through some of the your data here on. So if you can back up a little bit.
Here?
Probably, yeah, something right there.
Wait, you were just talking about your personal network.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right, I don't know why I was still connected, but I couldn't hear anything. Anyway, all right. So yeah, the personal network is stats from years ago, and 287 people I had on my list I've reached and talked to 129 that said, hey, yeah, I want to review information, and they actually did. So I didn't reach everyone on my list, all right, from that list, and that's years ago. Half of them actually reviewed the company information, and from there, about 30% signed up in the business. Okay, so that was from my personal network. And in those years, from those 19 people, I actually grew an organization of thousands and thousands of people. All right, that's what happened there. So this is definitely the best place to start. If you want to go into business opportunity leads, on that specific list, I had 514 leads. Only 187, 174 actually reviewed the brain compensation. That these were people I, was able to reach and schedule appointments, and they said they reviewed the information. 50% of them, you see the difference? It's still, 51%. 50% of them also reviewed the company information. 24% joined the business. That's 4% of the number of leads. And if you look across the board, it's pretty similar. Street signs a little bit different. 40% reviewed the information, 28% signed up. So again, we're between 24, 28, 30%. All right, so it's very close. Same thing with classified ads. I had 83 people on that list. 38 people joined the business. Look again, 50% reviewed the company information, and 32% signed up. On the Facebook ads, we've got a whole lot more people who reviewed the company information, and the reason is it's because they actually opted in for that specific step. Right? These were people who are in network marketing. I didn't approach them for brain compensation, but I included that as part of the steps. I count that they reviewed it. So when I talk to them, I ask them, have you reviewed it? Yes. If they say no, then I send it to them with the company information. So these, a whole lot more leads. You see how many leads? It's 1,100 people. All right, 1,100 leads. I didn't reach, only reached 130 people approximately, but signed up 49 of them, which is, again, 5% of the leads. All right, so it's more leads, but less reach, but you sponsor more because they're actually very qualified. Right? They're asking for information. So as you can see, across the board, it's 4, 5, 7%. So let's put it at 5% sign up of the number of prospects. That's all it is. And you look at presentation, it's about the same everywhere. Okay, so the key, again, is how many people are you going to present to? So let me just go to the next slide. On Facebook, the average user has 190 friends on Facebook. So if you take 12 of those 190 that you put through the system that actually review the first step with a Wealthy by Brain compensation, you're going to get half. We're going to review the company information, YRX, or any other information you provide. And from there, 30% will join. That's 2 sign up. Just from your Facebook friends, only 12 to review the first step. All right? You get 2 in the business. What about cell phone? You've got a mobile, 63 people on your mobile contacts. That's the average number of contacts every one of us has. You, again, take 12, 6, go to the next step, 12 to sponsor. So if you're wondering how to get 4 people in your business, like right now there's a promotion, you can requalify for gold. All right, you need 4. Well, there you go. Take your cell phone, take your Facebook, take 12 through brain compensation, and in the end, if you do your follow-up, you'll get 2 and 4 in the business total. You can place ads, right, on the pre-classified websites. You can purchase leads. You can do Facebook ads. Do the same process. You sponsor 2 more. So the whole concept, your goal should be to make about 100 presentations. If you make 100 presentations, that's about what it takes to go full-time. That's about what it takes to go full-time. And every single one of you can do that. What you do is you take a sheet, a page, and you write down the number of presentations you've made. I take one person and say, okay, that's done. 1, 2, 3. That's your career. Now think about this. You will go work for anyone else for 40 years, get a paycheck, and you're going to work all those years doing so many things. Your career in MLM is 100 presentations. That's it. You can do it within the next 2 months. You can do it within the next 6 months. You can do it in the next 3 years. It doesn't matter. But your goal should be to scratch the name of those you take through presentations. And if you do that, you'll get the number of people that will allow you to go full-time. Of course, if you do it in a compressed amount of time, you do it quick, you're going to go full-time. Your team is going to grow faster. If you take, too many years, 100 presentation is still going to get you probably to do full-time or really close, but you're not going to create the same momentum. So do it quick. That's your goal. So you don't have to worry, what are people going to think, what's going to happen, and always be hesitant. I mean, you're going to learn through the process, and you have the best training out there in the industry right here in RX. So go through the training, learn how to do it, and take 100 people through your presentation. If you do that, that'll take you to that full-time income. All right, that's the goal. All right, so someone says, Stefan, we have lots of volume. Okay, what do you mean? All right, so I don't know what the last question is. What do you mean? But so that's basically, guys, that's a concept. Just go through that, take people through the steps, and you know what the steps are. And we show them to you. We have all the training. And actually, Marcus is going to show you some resources that we have access to. All right, so your action steps, number one is track your steps. All right, and Marcus is going to show you how to do this. We've created a tool that is very easy to use, and it's going to allow you to track your stats and see your conversion and see how things work. If you just focus on that in your career, you will have success in the business. Do it sooner. It's much better. It's less painful. All right, and so do it right now, and you'll enjoy all the great trips and fun and money and freedom that you want. Then, step one, track your stats. Step two, identify who is your prospect. You want to approach someone for the business or the product, you need to identify who they are, okay? So your list, your personal network, but also you can do some media ads. So choose your media to reach your target prospect. So that could be personal network, that could be classified ads, that could be Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever. All these different ads within your media. Then create your ad or funnel. Well, we do have all of those tools available to you. Actually, in a couple minutes, I'm getting on the call with those of you who report their stats daily. Well, again, Mark is going to show you how to do that, where to report your stats every day. And when you do that, it shows us that you're at a little bit of a different level, which means that you're at a level where you are taking action and you need some more advanced training in as far as promotion. How do you promote your business? So that's why we reserve that next call to only those who report their stats. Once you start reporting your stats, we will invite you there so that you can move to that next level with that group and just take your business to the next level. So in the meantime, just report your stats daily. All right, now the last part is invite, present, so you create awareness, education. So that's what you want to do right here. All right, so you want to invite and present to people. And again, all that is it's all about how many people you present and how fast you do it. So your task is, let's make 100 presentations. So what to do now? Well, after this call, if you're not on the next one, what you should do is you should look at your promotional methods. You can start to send What the Wealthy Buy to all of your contacts, just to get them, thinking that there are ways to create passive income. There are ways to live the lifestyle that they want, right? And it's not selling anything. It's just helping them understand what the concept of money is so they can control that, all right? So you can send that to all of your contacts. You can purchase leads. You can place a classified ad. You could put street signs. You could do Facebook ads. You could do so many things. So my suggestion is go full throttle. I mean, you're going to do the business. Do you want to live full-time in the business, living your life in 3, 4, 5 years from now, or you want to do it this year? It's all a matter of how many people are going to expose to the information and how fast. All right, so make those 100 presentations. That's all it is. Now, let us show you the resources you have available to track this, to measure your stats, to make everything simple. Marcus, are you on the line?
I am, Stefan.
Okay, should I switch the screen to you?
If you can. If not, it's pretty easy. Just you go to Upline Update Score 40.
All right, let me go there.
Marcus and Stefan, just a minute. Let me just unmute the line, make sure everybody can hear you. I'm just going to do that because I'm worried the sound seems
Conference muted.
So if you can hear, yell out and say, yes, we can hear, or no, we can't.
Yes, we can hear.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear. Yes.
Okay, good. We'll mute that line up again, and Marcus.
All right, so Stefan, are you on the, you're on Upline Updates? Score 40, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So go down to Download Pocket Tracker.
Muted.
Go down to Pocket Tracker worksheet, open that up.
Okay, you want me to open it?
Yes.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, perfect. So what this is your daily performance review. this is a very wonderful tool here. Can you scroll down just a hair there? Thanks. That's good. So on the left, you'll see the points for each activity, and these are the activities that make you money. So, every morning I go out and cultivate my goals for the day, and you can get 2 points for that. The self-training, that's by the hour. So if you do an hour of self-training, you get a point for that. Direct mail is .02. So if you have 1,000 emails, you'll get 200. 20 points? Yeah. Voicemail drops. I actually do a lot more than that, so I end up writing a number into after the 10 and then post it over there. Advertisements. They're worth 2 points each. So if you're running ads, like Stefan has like 10 ads going out there, so he gets 20 points every day that those ads are running. You meet someone new. That's when you meet somebody you haven't talked to yet. You get a point for that. Dials. Go through just keep track of your dials. And then connects and incoming. So if people call you back, that's a connect. Or an incoming, excuse me. And when you connect with someone, that's worth a point also. So when you dial a person, that's a point. And if you connect, that's another point. So that's a 2-pointer. I have a little joke with Sandra, and I get off the phone. I say, "Wow, that's a 3-pointer." It's kind of fun. Appointment set. That's worth 2 points. So that's nice. So when you get an appointment, score yourself a point. Now, what I do when I'm going through this is I have like new dials, new people that I'm just contacting. I put a stroke through the number. And then you'll see in the other worksheet, the DMA, that there's 2 different sections. One's for follow-up and one's for new. So the strokes would be new. So that keeps track and keeps them separated so you can see what your new activities are versus your follow-up activities. So going down to connects and incoming, then appointment set is worth 2 points each. Presentations, now that would be like a brilliant compensation or a PowerPoint, online PowerPoint, where you're with the prospect and talking to them. What I do is I send them the brilliant compensation and what the wealthy buy from Explosive Income, and I can see when they open it, and I can see that they watched it. And I count that as 3 points. Retail sales, that's when you sell product, okay? So if you sell some product, that's worth 4 points. Sponsoring people, that's worth 4 points. And when you have a new representative that you're training, and the training, that can be very extensive, that's worth 5 points. So the more people you train, the more points you get. I've got a little box at the bottom here to score your daily totals. But what I do is I put this in a binder. I print this out double-sided, and then I just keep track during the week and write in the total at the bottom there. And then at the end of the week, I go to the other spreadsheet. You want to go to the DMA?
Yeah.
So that way you have a hard copy, and it's very easy to do, and people don't have to know anything about spreadsheets. So you get this hard copy, and you print out 7 of these. I do them double-sided, and then you just put the day's date at the top, and you start recording your numbers. Here's the DMA marketing activities. Okay, there we go. So what you do here is you post the points from that daily activity worksheet to this guy. And I've got a little tutorial video that I did for posting your numbers from the worksheet to your DMA, and also a neat way to import a whole bunch of leads really quickly. We'll get back to that in a second. So on the DMA here, you can see at the top there, it's got your daily activities, cultivate goals. That was the section 1 on the. In fact, Stefan, are you able to bring up that spreadsheet beside this?
Yes.
Okay. That'll make it easy to correlate.
Yeah, the other one was on the. Hold on. Yeah, I'll get there. Hold on.
Maybe not.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so you can see on the DMA on the right there, cultivate goals. So you're going to post your numbers from cultivate goals, and the DMA is going to add those up for you. For example, if you go down to advertisements, that's worth 2 points. So if you're running 2 ads, you put the number 2 in there, and that'll show up as 4 at the bottom, 4 points. So you see the total being counted on the daily points. So you can do that.
Right now it shows. Yeah, it shows 5 because cultivate goal is 1 point. So yeah, keep going. I'm sorry, Marcus.
Yeah. So you add your points in here from your worksheet, and then it'll tally all the points for you. So you really don't have to keep track on the hard copy if you don't want to. This is a quick way to do it. And enter your points in this guy, and then if you scroll over a little bit, Stefan, on the DMA, or bring it over the worksheet.
Which page? The
yeah, just expand the DMA a bit.
The DMA? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to go where?
Make it bigger, so we can see what.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. You see the points here, and you score a whole week's of points, and then you can just hold your mouse over it, and it'll total it for you. So when you're reporting your tracker points, if you notice in the Score 40 section, I'm doing my tracker points by the week. You can just hold your mouse over it, drag your mouse down, and it'll total all that for you, and you can just put it on the Score 40 section. So it's for people that are lazy like me. This is a really great system. I mean, you can really see why your business is not growing. This is just a wonderful system, and the training for it is in the back of Upline Updates. Want to go there real quick?
Yeah. The training is on. I think it's. Yeah. Resources you need. So that would be
Pocket Tracker. There you go.
Under Prospect Tracker. Okay.
And I will have. I just did 2 video tutorials showing how to import leads from lead lists. So if you've got, like in my case, I had several thousand leads in spreadsheets. So I just went in there and I copy-pasted them in there, and I've got a video tutorial on how to do that. So it's a really great way to practice. I started out with a list of leads going back to the beginning of RX from Leader Elite system, and just pasted them in there and started banging away. And it's amazing what excellent practice that is. And the results you get. I've got signed up three people from that old crusty list, and they're starting to get the hang of this too. And it's just a matter of exactly what Stefan said on his other presentation. It's just doing 100 presentations. That's what you want to do. So here's the training we got in the back office here in Upline Updates back office, and this has got the whole thing on how to use these tools, and they're absolutely fantastic. Really, I can't say enough about using this tool here. So on that note, I'll pass it back to you, Stefan.
All right. Thank you for that, Marcus. So we have the resources. Shazna, you're asking where to get this. So Upline Updates under resources you need. You'll get to DMA. You can download that daily marketing activities and Prospect Tracker. The DMA, by the way, this is based on Tim's training with Pocket Tracker, right? And so we have the rights to share that with our team. This is not going out in the industry. This is for us. And so Tim said, yeah, you can use the digital version if you want. That's fine. Go ahead and share that with the team. So So we have access to that. So we did not invent the point system and all that. So if you are familiar with Pocket Tracker from Tim Sales, then that's what it is. It's just a digital version. And so, yes, you have all these videos that explain to you how to use these tools. So you can go ahead and listen to that. So basically, you see presentation here. It says bring compensation. So if you have, let's say, 10 of those, and the company at the bottom, it's the follow-up activities. These are like people you've talked to first in the first section, but then they're at the step of follow-up, and they review the company information. This is where you want to have a number 100. Obviously, not just in one day. You're not going to get that, but if you do, let's say you're at 15 presentation, and your total here is that's the goal you want to reach. Okay, so if you go at the end of this, it's going to give you the totals, and you'll see presentations like how many you've done. Like there's other numbers because there's sales that are filled in November, but that would be the column K where it shows 95. That would be the goal. All right, and so you want to reach 100 as quickly as you can, and that's all about it. It's just how do you share to more people how fast you can do it. That should be your goal. All right, quick question here. Viewer 22 says, could you share the requalify for gold promotion you mentioned earlier? Arlene, do you know where that is? Because I just received an email basically that told me about that. Is there a promotion flyer on this or?
For going gold, there hasn't been a flyer that's come out or anything like that. Just on the Tuesday night call, if you were on that, the president's call, Mark said that everyone that isn't gold has an opportunity to go gold for the next, I think, 4 or 5, maybe 6 weeks. He's going to put a flyer out, but he's let us all know now, and it's going all the way back. Anybody can, and they're taking any. So if you put in someone into your business, say the 1st of January or the middle of January or somewhere from January 1st on, they'll accept that as one of the or two of the people to help you go gold. So they're really opening it up, and I don't know what date in March is the end of it, but I know that there's 4 to 5 weeks of it. So this is a time to really push forward, get those 4 people. If you've already got one in this already, then you only got 3 more to go. That's starting of January the 1st. That was on the call.
Okay. Just to reemphasize on this, many years ago, well, not that many years ago, but a couple of years ago, I couldn't sponsor. I mean, it was tough. I did my Walmart kit, and I've had some really good success. Right, that was in my early days in the MLM. And then what happened in those days is we have traditional business, family business, and we lost everything. We were just, bankrupt, nothing left. We lost everything. My reputation was really bad locally. All right, so it's hard to approach people when you've been bankrupt and tell them, hey, I'm going to show you how to make money. So I was trying to go into the coal market, and I joined a company that was not yet open in Canada. So that didn't help me, and I didn't speak much English. I had a few words, and that's it. So I had to learn English. So I learned English through Professional Inviter, through all these tools, and then I bought leads, and I struggled for many, many years. I couldn't sponsor anyone. And going through the training of Tim and working with them helped me tremendously, and that's when I started to have success. Well, you can. I'm telling you all of this just to let you know that you can sponsor 4. Right? It's not complicated. And if you're already gold, go a second time. Like I went, I qualified for gold in the past, 2 or 3 weeks. Right? Again, I sponsored more than 4 people. And I'm not saying this to brag because I have had my struggles. All right, I've been having a hard time sponsoring people. I'm telling you this so that you know that the key is training and numbers. And so you have access to the training. So now what you need is numbers. Do the numbers, and you will have success. And I would so much love for every one of you here on this call to be on the stage with us when we get the rewards and we party together having fun because you've had success. You've accomplished your goals. We want that for you, right? And all that's required, guys, is get trained and talk to more people. Where do you get those people? We have all the resources. Go in Upline Updates, Ask Upline. We're here to help you, and you have all those things. So someone is asking me, if you use leads, do you direct them to What the Wealthy Buy automatically, or do you call them first, qualify them, and then send them What the Wealthy Buy? Yes, I call them first, qualify them, and send them What the Wealthy Buy. And with What the Wealthy Buy, I will also send them Brilliant Compensation, right? Because it's not enough. Like, I will use only What the Wealthy Buy when I want to send an email to my personal contacts, right? I'll just send them that and say, hey, check this out. This is a great video, right? Love the points there. And so that's it. I just send them out so that when I call them to invite them to look at a business or qualify them, at least we have some point of reference. I'll be able to ask them, what is it that, did you like the video? All right, and from there, I'll know if they are interested in passive income, if they have ambitions or things like that, and I can invite them to look at the project I'm working on right now that follows all those principles that were shown in the video. All right, so that's how we do it. Of course, if you generate 100 leads a day, you don't really have to call too many, because 100 leads a day, you're going to get 10, 15 who are going to reply back, send you an email, or do something, right? But most of us don't generate 100 leads a day. So get on the phone. You're going to increase your ratio tremendously. Where's the training video for exporting contacts on an Excel spreadsheet? Okay, it's actually on Upline Updates. You go to Inner Circle, and you need to have an account there. It's free, right? It's for the team. So you go to Upline Updates. Once you're there, you click on Inner Circle in the top bar, and you log in. Once you're logged in, the menu at the top changes to this one that you see right now on the screen. Okay, and when you're there, go to Resources You Need. Right, all the resources are here. We've got the YouTube channel. We have all kinds of videos. The DMA, that's where you track your numbers. The Prospect Tracker, that's where you track your prospects. All right? And so exporting contacts on an Excel spreadsheet, that's Prospect Tracker. Okay, then Greg says, maybe summarize Going Gold benefits for those new to our team. Yeah, Gold is going, if you sponsor 4 in your first 8 weeks in the business, right now there's this promotion for everyone. You have a second chance to go Gold. But if you just join the team, every one of you have 8 weeks to sponsor 4 who activate their business. Activate means that they, purchase at least $200 of products and they get on ownership. That's activated. So you sponsor 4 like that who do this, and it qualifies you for Gold. And Gold will basically unlock the 4 generations of matching bonus. I'm not going to tell you what all of this means, but if you want to go to Upline Updates, again, under Start Here, Compensation Plan, you'll be able to see the compensation plan. Okay, but that would unlock the first 3 generations of matching bonus on the comp plan for life. And if you're not qualified as Gold, then you could sponsor 4 later, and you just need to maintain 4 people active that you personally enroll all the time. You just got to make sure you at least always have 4 active. This way you do unlock the first 3 generations. But if you do it in your first 8 weeks, you unlock it for life. The computer no longer look at that rule, and you're paid on the first 3 generations forever. Okay, so that's one of the main benefits. Other benefits, other perks you'll see in the future is a special line when you call the company. For those who are Gold, you get faster service, all kinds of little things like that. All right, you get some privileges. Maybe at convention you could have some other privileges there too. All right, so that's those are the benefits. All right, I think we covered our point for today. Arlene, you want us to talk about the last word here?
Yeah, I do want to go. I want to, we've talked about it and we've explained it so well, and everyone knows about it. And I want to take a few minutes, and there's a couple more things I think we really do need to cover. And I started using the tracker in '05, and I've used it every day since. At first, I was excited just to get my 40 points, especially since I was working full-time. And I know that using the tracker was painful, as painful as it might be. It's the only way that you or your upline is going to know how to get your business up and rolling and how to get you back on track so you can obtain your goals. I was so excited when Stefan got it cleared with Tim that we could use this version of the online tracker, because it just made it so much easier when you get a new prospect, a new rep on. You can turn them on to this, and then you can start analyzing what they're doing and help them in their business so they can obtain their goal. And one of my new representatives was Stan Inglesby, and he's on the line with us today. And I asked Stan to come and just visit with us just a few minutes and tell us exactly what's happened with him with the tracker. It's a great example. So, Stan, would you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself first, and then tell us how the trackers kind of changed your business, what's happened with you there?
Sure, Arlene. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I'm Stan Inglesby. I live in Maryland, and my background is that I've been involved in the world of electronics for more than 30 years, and the industry treated me very well. And I am a person that got caught up in the mid-50s thing. For those of you that may have not been exposed to it, what's happening with the economy, professionals for the first time that have earned strong incomes are finding their jobs to evaporate. And then when they go out and they look for work, they're unable to find work because they are, quote-unquote, overqualified. Well, the truth is, it's because you're too expensive, and they can get younger people to replace you. So that's a little bit about me. I found Arlene, this lady that is in the log cabin, through a wonderful ad about how Grandma can do it, so can you, and was delighted to find that she was connected to Tim Sales. Now, a little bit about the tracker. Interesting thing is that I had been exposed to the manual tracker, and I'd been introduced to the tools that Tim had built through First Class MLM, and I was using it, but I wasn't compiling it. And I think a couple key things that it's helped me is awareness. Quite honestly, I was intimidated when I started to use this, because when I first got started, I was doing background work and I wasn't getting a lot of points. So I personally put pressure on myself. So I want to stress here that the point of the tracker is focus and awareness. If you can say to yourself, and this is what it helps me with, these are the right behaviors that I'm focusing on, dialing. There's some days when I do mental gymnastics. I don't know whether any of you have days where you do mental gymnastics, but when I'm watching those numbers and breaking it down into specific behaviors, it's just a dial. It's not a presentation, and you can watch the numbers come into place to lead to the success. And that's what it means to me, is that the focus and the awareness has led to me becoming more strategic in using my time. And just a word, it was mentioned before about how your upline could help you. I've been involved in MLM before, and most of the training I've had has been more inspirational than actually training. So I'm really fortunate that Arlene is looking at my numbers, and she has an objective way to help me, rather than have this vague conversation about what it is that I need. So that's another great point about the tracker. So once again, I just want to share the positive experience I've had with this, and just what I do is I get a copy, put it on the clipboard, just put the days, and then I just run through those numbers, and Marcus went through how to load those numbers, and it just really helps me very much. So good luck with it, and thanks for the privilege of being on the call. Back to you, Arlene.
Oh, thank you so very much. And I hope that you could hear, Stan, some of the sounds. We're having trouble with sound this morning. But, Marilee, were you able to listen to Stan?
Yes.
Okay.
No problem.
I was too. And Marcus, how about you?
Yeah, it's perfect. Really
Okay,
good.
great. Well, Stan, thank you so very much for telling us your story, because it just brings it all to life, that it's not hard, that everybody can do it, that it's available. Marcus has done a wonderful job in doing some tutorials there on the Prospect Tracker, on how to use it, how to work with it. And Marcus, we just thank you so much for all your technology that you're so willing to share with us. And then Stefan has just painted the picture so beautifully today of exactly how to do it. And there's one more last thing I want to mention. I know we're running late, but it's so invaluable to get out some of this information, and it's going to a convention. Now that's, I don't know if you realize it, but this is RX's first convention. They've never had one. We had a launch, but we've never had a convention. It's June the 15th through the 17th, and it'll be our first. What an exciting time. This is something that you don't want to miss. We all have stories to tell that help build our business. And just think, how would your story be if you say that you had gone to the first Amway convention? You get the idea? You know, this is something that only is going to happen one time. This is only one chance in your lifetime that you're going to have able to put this into your story. And so people are going to come up to say to you, as we're this $2 billion company, and they're going to say, wow, you got to meet Mark Wilson, and you got a hug from Fred, and you got to shake Tim Sells' hand and talk to Deanna personally. I mean, that is going to be something that you'll say, sure. I mean, you know, you don't think it's so big now, but it will be big. And that's part of the formula for building a successful business. And RX wants you to get there. They have provided a way for you to go to this convention with their expenses. They've made a way to pay for it. And about 3 or 4 weeks ago, Marilee went through the chart and made us a beautiful chart that tells us how to earn chips. And that's on your upline updates. And I think it's under... I'll have to go back and look at that, but I think it's the third line over there of where the chart is at. And now RX has also provided a chart that keeps us updated on our progress toward earning those chips. Ennis and I were looking at it that last night, and it's amazing. Honey, will you please tell the listeners where to go and a little bit about that progress chart?
Okay. There's more than one way I know that you can get to the back office. It's the new X Office data, and a simple way of getting there is just to go to www.rx.com, and that'll bring up an RX screen. And then on the far right top corner, second from the left, on the far right will be language, and then on the second it says new X Office beta. And you click on to the new X Office beta, and then it will bring up a screen, and you'll use your regular RX login, and it will bring up your personal data sheet as to where you stand with earning chips. It's a very clean-cut form. I'm not going to go into any real detail because I know we're real short here, but it shows you it'll show you how many people you sponsored or what you've done. It shows you your base of what you've are working, how much, like on the sheet that Marilee produced, it shows you how much income that you have to do above your base. Well, your base will be under the second section in this form. And from that number, then it calculates everything exactly where you're at today. At the very bottom of the page, it has weeks 1 through 12. And so when you pull it up, it will show you weeks 1 through 4. It will show your income that you've produced. And the income is your base commission, not your bonuses and all of the extra money that you receive from RX. Strictly your base. But anyway, it'll show you exactly where you're at as of week 4. And then at the very bottom, it shows you, it breaks down for each chip from 1 to 5 chips, if that's kind of in the area where you're at, how much money you need to earn per week for the remainder of the contest period to enter to earn 1 chip, 2 chips, 3 chips, etc. So anyway, it's a very good sheet, and that was put out yesterday by email. Everyone should have received that information. It just didn't tell you exactly where to go, and that key information there is the new X-Office beta, which is under the rx.com site. And one other real quick thing on that email that they put out yesterday, there is a link on that email to a little video that John Liccardi has made for us. He is the king of the MOA. He has built his business almost 100%. It's a very large part of his business in the Netherlands. And he gives us some tips on how to market MOA to help increase your business using that product there. Anyway, that's what I have. Is there anything else, Arlene?
I think that's great. When you get into that personal site, always go to Las Vegas event. I think that's, or something like that.
Yeah, at the top, once you bring up your X-Office, you're logged in, you'll go to report column, which is on the right of that form, and then below that will be contest. And it's the only contest that we have going right now.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, sweetie. That was now we know how to earn those points. And we're running so late, but Stefan, Marcus, Marilee, Dr. Organ, is there anything else you guys want to say before we sign off on this one and jump on to the new one?
Well, you know, I wanted to give a special shout-out to Stan. Thanks a lot for that story, because I lived in Silicon Valley I worked down there for 30 years, and we used to be very highly paid, and people used to seek me out and try to, headhunters and stuff. And then, gosh, 5-10 years ago, man, everything went to India. You couldn't get another job, especially when you get over 50. It gets really, really hard. So the baby boomers, that would be me, or our generation. We're in a lot of trouble if we don't pay attention to this, and that was really good what you did there, Stan. I appreciate that. It was really well put. I've got that recorded. I've got some engineers I want to talk to with that.
Well, thank you, Marcus. I appreciate how well and clearly you defined the tasks, and you did videos on how we can be more effective in our business. So before we hang up, I just wanted to mention, too, I'm going to tell a little story about how I first met Tim Sales. And this goes back to about 3 years ago. I was attending a seminar on network marketing, and Tim was one of a number of trainers on panel. And would you know what we learned about? We learned about how to be a professional inviter. And we sat down and we did the drill. So the practice. Anyway, I met Tim. Was fortunate to shake his hand and have a picture with him. And I said to myself, daggone, I wish this guy wasn't in nutritionals, because I don't resonate with that. But the point is 3 years later, I answered this ad from a delightful lady that lives in the mountains, in the woods, and she's connected to Tim. So what I want to get across is how solid this opportunity is, how solid the support team we have. And quite frankly, I'm really glad that Providence led me to this team, and just want to share with everyone how grateful and enthused I am to be marching forward with this group. So thanks very much.
Thank you, Thank you so very much, Dan. Very much.
Well, it's a real honor to work with you, Stan.
Stefan, shall we, do you have any more to say, or let's go on to the next call?
Don't we have a great team? I mean, we're so lucky. It's incredible. I just love this team. It's great. And so we want the best for you. And just do the numbers, guys. That's all it is. The training is there. So just do it. We want to celebrate with you. And anyway, with that being said, we're going to lead into our next call. So every one of you here, we wish you a great day. And all the go-getters out there who are reporting your stats every day, we want to welcome you on the next call. So we'll just close this one. We have a special PIN number for the other group. And we'll get there and do some more advanced training today for you guys. And with this being said, report your stats. Just go to uplandupdate.com/score40, the number 40, and just put your stats there every day. Like you've got the sheet here. All you have to do is put the numbers in, report them on Upland Updates, and you'll be invited to those special calls, and we'll work together to get to the next level. All right? You have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Everyone.
Next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks.